What's going on, guys? Mandy here, and today I'm going to be comparing the calories burned between walking and running a mile. And to do this properly, I am going to walk a mile and then sit and not do any other physical activity for a whole hour, and then I'm going to do the same thing for running a mile. So I'm going to run and then sit and see how my elevated heart rate may affect the calories burned for that whole hour. So with that, let's get started. So one of my favorite things about San Francisco during the pandemic is they have signs like this road closure that allow people to walk, run, bike on the street and be able to properly social distance. So that's super fun and is a more incentive for people to be outside. Alright, so that was the end of the walking of the mile. I'm going to go upstairs and relax until the full hour is completed, and then I'll be ready to do the mile running wise. But I'm going to take the elevator just so that the stairs wouldn't impact my elevated heart rate at all. And now it's time to sit down and relax.
What's good, baby, you're so fine. About to clear my day, about to make some time. I hope I've been on your mind, cause you've been on mine. Let me cross that line. Like what you saying, girl, you fine.
So we're back outside ready to get this mile run in, and I just want to preface that I am not a fast runner by any means. I know in my failed attempt of the 5K, which I will link that video in the description below, I accidentally ran a half marathon, but that was not fast at all. So I just want you to keep that in mind, and that may influence my active heart rate and the calories that I burn. But with that, let's get started.
I hope I've been on your mind, cause you've been on mine. Let me cross that line. Like what you saying, girl, you fine. You can smoke my blunt, you can roll my dime.
Oh, this is definitely a lot tougher on the body. Sorry about it. The bumpiness. Need to invest in that gimbal.
So I might be blunt if I do confront you. Don't run.
So that does it for the mile long run. Now we're gonna go back upstairs, chill for a little bit until the hour mark, and then we can compare the walking versus the running for calories burned. And now we sit, round 2. So now it's time to look at the data. As I predicted, the running of the mile was a lot more effective than walking the mile in terms of burning active calories. If we're looking at strictly from a numerical standpoint, I burned 122 active calories from running the mile and 99 active calories from walking the mile. And that makes sense because when you are running, you are working a lot harder, you're moving a lot faster, so naturally the amount of calories burned will be higher. But for both cardio sessions today, I gave myself an hour window just to see how my elevated heart rate post-exercise would influence my number of total calories burned. And what I mean by that is when I started my watch, I gave myself that from that start point to and then an hour after that. So for example, when I went out for my walk, I started my workout and then I went out for the walk. That took me 20 minutes to complete the mile, and then when I came back, that gave me 40 minutes of rest time. And so my elevated heart rate would naturally come down, and see how that would influence my calories burned. I did the same thing for the running segment. So when I started my watch, I would have a full hour window. And when I did that, it took me 10 minutes to complete that mile, and then I had 50 minutes of rest time. And so when I'm looking at this data, I have 190 total calories burned from the running hour, and then I had 168 total calories from the walking segment. And what that tells me is that the total calories burned from the running is not significantly higher than the walking for the same amount of distance covered. And that's great for me to hear, because I could not personally sustain running for a very long time, and I would just be kind of over it, because I'm just like, I don't want to be running for that long. And walking is a lot easier on my joints as a former basketball player, and so I like that a lot. And I could definitely see myself putting in a couple more miles walking wise. It could not say the same for the running. And so that's really great to hear, and I hope that is helpful for you as well. But if you have any questions or topics that you want me to cover in the next video, just drop those in the comments below. And with that, I will see you in the next one.